This budget team is all you need in order to win big in Great League, and this team is just gonna save you in Go Battle League. So we're looking at 3 Pokemon that individually require minimal amount of Stardust to power up, only 10k to unlock that second move, and to be fair, we have 0 of those Excel candies invested in any of these Pokemon, and at the same time no legacy or unobtainable moves. So we're looking at a pretty strong team, which means that not only we're gonna require minimal amount of budget to build it up, but also the synergy is gonna be absolutely insane. We're having a Mud Boy up in front, and at the back 2 Pokemon that not only can protect your Whiskas from that grass typing, but also against dragons as well. So let's see what we have going on for this first battle, as we're gonna have on the majority of the battles pretty bad leads overall. Yes, grass types as well, so able to farm down the remaining HP that this Toxicroak is having, and here is where the synergy pops up. You have a Pokemon like Skeledirge as your closer, which means that you're gonna cover completely any weakness that your Whiskas is gonna have. Even against the dragon types, you have Disarming Voice and the neutral threat with your double to face those dragon type Pokemon, so I would not be that much worried. So Dugong falls down, and of course right after we can easily manipulate the last matchup towards our advantage, since that fire typing of ours is just gonna be absolutely insane against that Serperior. And speaking of Serperior, in the next battle we're having it up in front. So on the switch we're meeting up with an ice type Pokemon, which is pretty great for us. However, as you're gonna see in a while, after that first ice win we might actually be in a pickle. So I know from this point of view that my Skeledirge might be the only Pokemon that I will need for the end game, so I'm just gonna go for a shield here, trying to grab their final shield out of play, and in doing so I can guarantee some nukes with my Skeledirge. So here comes now the amazing payback from my Pokemon, and since we have that Dugong pretty low, I will try to suck all that energy into my Whiskas, which means now that I can preserve that final shield against no shields to my opponent with my Clown as known as Skeledirge. So Skeledirge here is just gonna do a lot of work with those Shadow Balls, even against water type Pokemon like this Lantern. So here comes the Surf, we need to block accordingly here, and right after we can do massive damage with that Shadow Ball. This will definitely put them at the range of my Disarming Voice. So here it comes, down they go, and it all depends now if they are trying to catch or not. I know the switch timer might actually be up for them after this move, but I'm gonna press the move no matter what, since those Incinerates take a while, actually 5 turns, in order to be unfolded. And down they go with the final Incinerate to the Dugong, and we can take yet another victory, this time against a very bad lead. Into the next battle now, and we're having an outcome against this Swampert, which is kinda weird, because as you're gonna see in a while, a double Hydro Can will deal more than enough damage to finish us off. So all we have to do here is to block the first move. Most of the times I'm doing that with my Whiskas, trying to apply the debuff, then tank the move if we apply the debuff. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shield once and then take the move and retreat to my double. Of course, this is the case here because no debuff was applied from my Scald to that Swampert, and right after we're having the individual matchup, the mid matchup actually with Cresselia. Down we go to that Grassland, but it doesn't matter at all, we can still return to the battle with Skeledirge and see how we can do over here. So at the back they have Bastiodon, and they are trying to bring it into the fight with that weird switch in, because now they are kinda in a pickle. They are in a weird position, which means that they are switch locked with my Mud Boy. This is pretty good for me. I can go with a double Mud Bomb here and perhaps one more after I block the next move. Since my HP is kinda low, I do not care at all by blocking the next move, and right after we have the Mud Bomb ready to go after we overfarm a little bit extra. So here comes now another Mud Bomb from my end to theirs with that Cresselia almost failing down, and of course right here Skeledirge will wrap this thing up towards our side and we can take yet another victory. Into the next battle now, we're having a Dragonair up against us. Not only those grass types, but also the dragons can be kinda of a weird scenario for our Mad Boy. However, we can have a soft loss, if not a very good outcome and positive outcome for our Mad Boy. So over here on the one shield scenario, I know that I might actually lose, but all I want to do here is to just take the shield out of them, use my double as a punching bag, and in the process I will try to farm as much energy as possible. So here comes now the Body Slam to their side, and at Vigoroth another Body Slam is coming up, but the most important part here is that they use their shield. This means now that I can easily go into this battle with my Whiscash, keep that shield for the endgame and Skeletons, so most of the times budget teams require a little bit of extra skill in order to be extremely useful, but when you unlock that extra skill, well, you are not gonna regret at all. You can see here that we can easily go for the shield on the rock slide, down goes Vigoroth. We have farmed up so much energy that we're gonna throw the Shadow Ball, but unfortunately for us, we're just gonna get caught in that Dragonair, but still we can easily outspeed to the next charge attack because of how much energy we have on our Skeleton. So basically a double Shadow Ball here will just deal more than enough damage to finish off 2 Pokemon in a row. So let's get now into the next battle, since we're having an Electrode from the Isui region, and of course this Pokemon is another bad lead for our Whiscash. Unfortunately for us, we have a very bad switch in against the fighter, but we managed to get both shields in the process. This is looking kinda weird, I know, but this Poliwrath is still pretty scary for my team. I know that they might carry the move Scald, so I cannot reveal my Skeletons yet, so sometimes the key to win some battles is gonna be to keep hidden your Pokemon that you want to surprise your opponent with, so in this particular case it's gonna be Skeletons. So here comes now a lot of Incinerates from my end to theirs, and I will try to block whatever they throw here, since now I'm just gonna get my Incinerates up to the Disarming Voice, to a double Disarming Voice actually, and unfortunately for me I will throw here on the CMP. This means now that I can easily farm one more extra Incinerate, but I sacrificed 2 of those Incinerates at least in the process. Doesn't matter, now Poliwrath returns into the battle. For some reason I throw here, I could have easily gone here for the farm down, which is a mistake, and now I have another Disarming Voice, but look at that, they can barely survive with 1 HP, actually a little bit more than 1 HP, but still they can guarantee the knockout with a Night Slash, and we're gonna fall short to a battle that I think we could have won if I was a better battler out there. So just imagine if you have better skills than me, this team can absolutely fit pretty nicely to you. Into the next battle 9, we're having the Scald over that Quagsire, and this time we block the first move, apply the debuff, so now those Madbombs are gonna deal much less damage, able to farm up a little bit more, and I know that I cannot reach to the CMP since Quagsire is always gonna win that CMP race. Here comes now out of nowhere the Skarmory, and of course we're having the Scald on their side. I think we applied the debuff over here, so this is looking pretty good for us, so we can take whatever move they are gonna throw at this point and answer back at them with a few paybacks. Here comes the first one, they are gonna block, and of course right after they will try to switch out to catch the payback on their next Pokemon, and at the same time I believe clearing that debuff. So Lickitung here is gonna take us out. I don't care at all about Double most of the times, as I have already claimed earlier. We're gonna use Double as a punching bag, our punching ship, and of course right after we're having Whiscash coming in pretty strong even against a Pokemon like this Lickitung. They're gonna use the Body Slam, but we do not care much, since all we need to do here once again is to preserve that final shield for our Skeletons, and of course guarantee the knockout with a potential Shadow Ball. To my surprise over here, they can still survive with that Skarmory. Perhaps they have optimal IVs for PvP, perhaps not, but still I was not expecting that, to be fair. Anyways, the victory is ours, and now let's move forward into the final one. We're having Golbat here up against us, and Scald will deal a lot of damage, but unfortunately for us, those Matshots are not gonna do enough damage. At this point, I thought that I caught a Shadow Ball, but instead we end up catching a Poison Fang, which is kinda weird, but this ended up working for my opponent. And of course, right now we're having another move coming up from our double kicker. This time we managed to get a shield in the process, which, as you already know, this is what we are aiming for. And of course, right after, we can tank pretty much whatever they throw with that Body Slam spammer. So Skeledirge now coming into play. Perhaps I could have waited a little bit more here, but I decided to bring my Skeledirge into this battle much earlier than I was supposed to. So here it comes now, and able to farm down in the process. I know this cannot be a Shadow Ball, just another Poison Fang, it doesn't matter at all. It will do some damage, but not that much. And right after, we're having their own Skeledirge coming into the battle. So can you see that little bit of extra taxa that we have on our Skeledirge? Well, this means that even the CMB can most likely be won by our part. And of course, with a weird combo here, Shadow Ball and then the Mud Bomb, we can guarantee the victory even against this Vigoroth. So that will wrap things up for today's content. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. As always, have a great rest of your holidays. Smash that like button for this video, and over here I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will catch you up later into the next one.